Welcome all. Let us see about free radicals and antioxidants. Free radicals and other oxidants have gained importance in the field of biology due to their central role in various physiological conditions as well as their implications in a diverse range of diseases. A free radical can be defined as any molecular species capable of independent existence that contains an unpaired electron in an orbital. The presence of an unpaired electron results in certain common properties that are shared by most of the radicals. Many radicals are unstable and highly reactive, and they initiate chain reaction, and they can either donate an electron or accept an electron from other molecules, therefore behaving as oxidants and reductants. Oxygen is an element indispensable for life. When cells use oxygen to generate energy, free radicals are created as a consequences of the production of ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate, by the mitochondria. These byproducts are generally reactive oxygen species as well as reactive nitrogen species that result from cellular redox process. These species play a dual role as both toxic as well as beneficial compounds. The delicate balance between their two antagonistic effects is clearly an important aspect of life. At low or moderate levels, reactive oxygen species and reactive nitrogen species exert beneficial effects on cellular responses and immune function. At higher concentration, they generate oxidative stress, a deleterious process. Characteristics of free radicals and oxidants. Reactive oxygen species and reactive nitrogen species are the terms collectively describing free radicals and other non-radical reactive derivatives, also called oxidants. Radicals are less stable than non-radical species, although their reactivity is generally stronger. Free radicals include hydroxyl, superoxide, nitric oxide, nitrogen dioxide, peroxide, and lipid peroxide. However, hydrogen peroxide, ozone, singlet oxygen, hypochlorous acid, nitrous acid, peroxynitrite, dinitrogen trioxide, lipid peroxide are not free radicals, and they are generally known as oxidants but can easily lead to formation of free radicals. Free radicals and other reactive oxygen species are derived either from normal essential metabolic processes in human body or from external sources such as exposure to X-ray, ozone, cigarette smoking, air pollutants, and industrial chemicals. Free radical formation occurs continuously in the cells as a consequences of both enzymatic and non-enzymatic reactions. Enzymatic reactions, which serves as source of free radicals, include those involved in the respiratory chain, in phagocytosis, in prostaglandin synthesis, and in cytochrome P450 system. Reactive oxygen species or reactive nitrogen species result from air and water pollution, cigarette smoke, alcohol, heavy or transition metals, certain drugs, industrial solvents, cooking oils or cooking fat, and radiation. After penetration into the body by different routes, these exogenous compounds are decomposed or metabolized into free radicals. After knowing what is free radicals, it is important to understand the harmful effects of free radicals. Biological free radicals are highly unstable molecules that have electrons available to react with various organic substrates such as lipids, proteins, and DNA. Free radical reactions are expected to produce progressive adverse changes that accumulate with age throughout the body. Such normal changes with age are relatively common to all. However, superimposed on this common pattern are patterns influenced by genetics and environmental differences that modulate free radical damage. These are manifested as diseases at certain ages determined by genetic and environmental factors. Oxidative damage can affect all the macromolecules, including protein, fat, carbohydrate, and DNA. Let us see the oxidative damage caused to proteins. Proteins can be oxidatively modified in three ways. Number 1, oxidative modification of specific amino acid. Number 2, free radical mediated peptide cleavage. And number 3 is by formation of protein cross-linkage due to reaction with lipid and peroxide products. Protein containing amino acids such as methionine, cysteine, arginine, histidine seem to be the most vulnerable to oxidation. Free radical mediated protein modification increases susceptibility to enzyme proteolysis. Oxidative damage to protein products may affect the activity of enzymes, receptors, and membrane protein. Oxidatively damaged protein products may contain very reactive groups that may contribute to damage to membrane and many cellular functions. Peroxide radical is usually considered to be free radical species for the oxidation of proteins. Reactive oxygen species can damage proteins and produce carbonyls and amino acids modification, including formation of methionine sulfoxide and protein carbonyls and other amino acid modification, including the formation of methionine sulfoxide and protein peroxide. Protein oxidation affects the alteration of signal transduction mechanism, enzyme activity, heat stability, and proteolysis susceptibility, which leads to aging. Let us see about lipid peroxidation. Oxidative stress and oxidative modification of biomolecules are involved in a number of physiological and pathophysiological processes such as aging, atherosclerosis, inflammation, carcinogenesis, and drug toxicity. Lipid peroxidation occurs on polyunsaturated fatty acid located on the cell membranes and it further proceeds with radical chain reaction. Hydroxyl radical is thought to initiate reactive oxygen species and remove hydrogen atom, thus producing lipid radical and further converting into diene conjugate. Further, by addition of oxygen, it forms peroxyl radical, which is highly reactive radical and attacks another fatty acid, forming lipid hydroxide. Lipid hydroxide is propagated. Due to lipid peroxide, a number of compounds are formed, for example, alkanes, malonaldehyde, and isoproteins. These compounds are used as biomarkers in lipid peroxidation assay and have been verified in many diseases. Let us move on to oxidative damage to DNA. Many experiments clearly provide evidences that DNA and RNA are susceptible to oxidative damage. It has been reported that, especially in aging and cancer, DNA is considered as a major target. It has been reported that mitochondrial DNA are more susceptible to oxidative damage that have role in many diseases, including cancer. Cancer and atherosclerosis are the two major causes of death and are salient free radical diseases. Cancer initiation and promotion is associated with chromosomal defects and oncogene activation. It is possible that endogenous free radical reactions, like those initiated by ionizing radiation, may result in tumor formation. A significant correlation between consumption of fats and oils and death rates from leukemia and malignant neoplasm of the breast, ovaries, and rectum among persons over 55 years may be a reflection of greater lipid peroxidation. Studies on atherosclerosis also reveal that probability of disease due to free radical reactions involving diet-derived lipids in the arterial wall and serum to yield peroxide and other substances. These compounds induce endothelial cell injury and may produce changes in the arterial walls and leading to atherosclerosis. Free radicals also affects carbohydrates. It alters the receptor and reduces the viscosity of synovial fluid. The term is used to describe the condition of oxidative damage resulting when the critical balance between free radical generation and antioxidant defenses is unfavorable. Oxidative stress arising as a result of an imbalance between free radical production and antioxidant defenses is associated with damage to a wide range of molecular species, including lipids, protein, and nucleic acid. Short-term oxidative stress may occur in tissues injured by trauma, infection, heat injury, hypertoxia, toxins, and excessive exercise. These injured tissues produce increased radical generating enzymes, activation of phagocytes, release of free iron and copper, or disruption of the electrons transport chains of oxidative phosphorylation, thus producing excessive reactive oxygen species. Oxidative stress affects all the organs, including lungs, joints, brains, kidneys, eyes, and blood vessels. Having seen in brief about the free radicals, it is important to understand the role of antioxidant. An antioxidant is a molecule stable enough to donate an electron to the rampaging free radical and neutralize it, thus reducing its capacity to damage. These antioxidants delay or inhibit cellular damage and safely interact with free radicals. The antioxidant is of low molecular weight and can safely interact with free radicals and terminate the chain reaction before vital molecules gets damaged. Antioxidants act as radical scavenger, hydrogen donor, electron donor, peroxide composer, singlet oxygen quencher, enzyme inhibitor, synergist, and metal chelating agents. Both the enzymatic and non-enzymatic antioxidants exist in intracellular and extracellular environment to detoxify the reactive oxygen species or reactive nitrogen species. Basically, there are two principal mechanisms of action that is proposed for antioxidants. The first one is the chain breaking mechanism by which the primary antioxidant donates an electron to free radical present in the system. The second mechanism involves the removal of reactive oxygen species or reactive nitrogen species by quenching chain initiating catalysts. Antioxidants may exert their effect on biological system by different mechanisms, including electron donation, metal ion chelation, co-antioxidants, or by gene expression regulation. Levels of antioxidant action. The antioxidant acting in the defense system act at different levels. There are mainly three levels of defense mechanism. Number one is the preventive mechanism. Number two is the radical scavenging mechanism. Number three is the repair and de novo synthesis. There is also the fourth line of defense, which is known as the adaptation. Let us see the sources of antioxidants. Antioxidants can either be nutrient antioxidant or non-nutrient antioxidant. Nutrient antioxidants, which is obtained from diet, play an important role in neutralization of oxidative stress. The nutrient antioxidant deficiency is one of the causes for numerous chronic and degenerative diseases. Each nutrient is unique in its structure and antioxidant function. The important main nutrient antioxidants are vitamin A, E, and C. To conclude, free radical damage contributes to the etiology of many chronic health problems, while antioxidants protects from free radical damages. So antioxidant is considered as a superhero to fight against free radicals. So the take-home message is avoid oxidant sources and include more and more antioxidants of natural sources. Let us maintain the balance of antioxidants and free radicals. Thank you.